What happens when you get into debt?
I will sue you!
No.
You!
And you can't
I'm going to struggle to pay this.
or won't pay it back.
It doesn't matter what you want, sir. Unfortunately, that's the law.
We meet the High Court enforcement agents who are pushed to their limits.
Evil! You have to down to hell!
Well, I'll smash the window then. It's false imprisonment.
Dealing with desperate debtors
Hello?
in dramatic situations.
You want to stand here like a big man? Leave it. Talk to me. Push me about.
We meet the people who are losing their homes
I don't know where I'm going to stay for the night.
That's an immediate eviction.
and their possessions.
The desk should go in. Everything.
Okay.
Because whatever happens,
High Court enforcement.
if you can't pay, they'll take it away.
According to new reports, evictions in England and Wales are soaring. Statistics released by the Ministry of Justice for the first quarter of 2015 show a rise of over 50% compared to the same period 5 years ago.
Steve Pinner and Paul Bohill are High Court enforcement agents. Together, they have 45 years' experience in the debt recovery industry. Today, they're on their way to South East London to carry out an eviction.
OK, this is a writ of possession. It's South East 6, which is Catford.
The landlord wants to move back into his property and started the eviction process 4 months ago.
Turn right here.
Yep.
But the tenants have refused to leave.
If we pull up here, we can walk down.
This job is going to need all their patience and experience.
When I knock on the door for the first time, I think to myself, what's behind the door? Whether it's somebody pleasant, aggressive, old, young, you just never know until the door opens.
Morning.
What happened? Are you police?
No, High Court enforcement.
The tenant, Theo Mann, and his family have lived here for 5 years.
I just wake up. Oh.
OK. This letter
Yes.
says that you and everybody else must leave the house.
Leave the house.
Yes. Our job today is to repossess this property.
But how? Okay, sir, you didn't give me any time.
The system
You
doesn't
didn't
have-
give
there is
me
no system.
notice.
We don't have to give you notice.
How? Now, I have to say, this country, the United Kingdom, has a human rights.
Sorry, the human rights is a different department. It's nothing to do with us.
Okay, now you come to here.
OK, sir.
Okay.
Yes, you have human rights.
Yeah.
You have the right to live in this country.
Yeah.
You do not have the right to this house. What happens is you get your emergency stuff together, passports, ID, medication, clothes for a few days, and then you can come back and collect everything else in a few days.
My young children go to outside. At this moment, the children went to school.
Well, you need to...
I just say you have to think about my human rights, and you have to think about my situation.
I am. I'm saying you should get down to the council and explain to them what's happened.
Look, this country, the government, the United Kingdom,
I'm sorry,
the country,
can I
the
interrupt?
government.
Can I interrupt?
Me.
Can I be interrupted? Because I'm the voice of reason. You've got an hour to get your personal belongings together. If you choose not to leave or make a fuss, we will call the police and you will be ejected into the street. Start packing, please. That's it. Start packing. No, I don't want to discuss it. Start packing.
I feel unwell.
Locksmith. Right, as soon as we've cleared the decks there, you can change the locks.
The landlord, Dr. Huang, is waiting across the street. Paul gives him an update.
The procedure is that we give them an hour to get their personal belongings together. Thinks we're infringing his human rights. I didn't want to go into, well, what about your human rights?
Give them a couple hours.
No, 1 hour.
I tidy up something.
There's no need to tidy up. When you leave the house...
So you come here. I show you quickly.
When you leave the house, it doesn't matter.
No, mine is not good.
Finally, Paul and Steve seem to be making progress. But then the eviction takes an unexpected turn. The landlord has arrived on the doorstep and the tenant starts making threats.
You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be here. Okay. Yeah, he's not to be here.
That one is criminal. After this one, I saw that one.
Okay, you need to take that up separately. We're only here involved with this house.
Okay,
that's all.
I tell something. That one, Mr. Go Sai Wang, he would take a knife, would kill me. I show you the evidence.
Normally, we ask the landlord on an eviction to keep away, because as soon as the tenant sets eyes on the landlord, yeah, it's possibility or a problem.
When he eventually comes out, he's going to be all upset and angry.
Okay.
And the first one he's going to see is you. So he's going to
The landlord strongly denies Theo Mann's accusations.
Yeah, do you have a car?
He claims the tenant stopped paying rent and started to harass him after they were asked to leave.
And they send a lot of letter, rubbish letters, accumulates me a personality, work, and everything. As you heard, like it said, I'm a criminal. So make things very, very difficult for me, and it's very stressful to get out as well. So
the landlord, Go Sai Huang, he is a criminal. You can understand. He would
The tenant shows Paul a victim support card from the police.
Mr. Go Sai Huang, he would kill me. Police no. At this moment,
it's
Go
not
Sai
my
Huang,
issue.
He is my enemy. Okay.
Are the police dealing with that?
Yeah.
That's fine. That's nothing to do with me then, thank you. Okay. So, but you have till 1 o'clock to pack and go.
From now, give up 1 hour.
No, that's 1 hour. We've been here half an hour already. Pack.
Please go to outside.
No, we're here. We have to stay. We're changing the locks and we have to stay here.
Okay.
Dr. Huang says he was visited by the police, but they decided not to take action.
There's obviously a lot of drama and emotion involved in this one. It isn't that we're not concerned. We're sympathetic to the cause, full of empathy, all of those things. But once the High Court writ is issued, whatever stands before that's of no consequence to us.
Theo Mann and his partner have finally started to pack.
My family, including young children, my family became homeless. We were on the street.
So would you like to get your stuff outside? Move everything outside now.
But the tenant is not going without a fight. And this time, his anger is directed at the agents.
I will sue you.
Okay.
You.
Okay.
This guy, he broke United Kingdom law. This guy, I use my human rights. The United Kingdom has human rights. The United Kingdom, this is a human rights country. This guy is illegal. This guy, okay, come here. Come here, please. This guy,
Can I ask?
is not a
May
king.
I ask a
I
question?
use my human rights to against your power, evil power.
The judge's power.
Where's judge?
Here.
He's written that warrant.
Do you have
Are you a judge?
Okay, no, I asked...
This guy, this is evil.
I asked...
This is evil. Evil. You have to down to hell.
I-
You down to hell. Including you.
I'm okay.
Okay.
Paul and Steve must regain control of the situation, or the insults might turn violent.
Whatever you do,
I didn't touch you.
whatever you
No,
do,
it's just-
don't touch me. I'd like you now to just get off the premises. We're obeying the command of a High Court judge. People can throw at us whatever they think is going to have an effect. Shout all you like.
Okay.
If we were to react to any of it, it would exacerbate the situation.
Both of you, we will lost the job and down to hell.
Fine.
And send to you to jail.
Okay.
Okay. You think I'm stupid because
I
I
don't
opened the
think you're
door.
stupid. I
I
think
don't
you're
need to open
upset.
the door. You are illegal. You will down to hell.
Please speak to your
illegal.
lawyer.
You will down to hell.
Okay. If they're flying off at the handle, and some of them really do, and when I say fly off the handle, I mean go into orbit, they're shouting and raging either in the street or in the house at the top of their voice. We just wait until it subsides, and then we'll try and intervene and talk sense.
Don't say I'm stupid.
There is no
This
need
guy,
to shout.
this guy,
There is no need to
powerful
raise
here.
your voice. Okay. No problem.
For you...
I say again, I use my...
Have you got somewhere to go now?
No.
You need to bring a van.
Differently, become homeless because of you.
OK, are you going to go to the homeless department of the council?
With 2 small children, Paul and Steve want the family to apply to the council for emergency accommodation.
So once he calms down, take the paper to the council, explain to them everything that's gone on. They will help you. Hopefully they will help you.
See, Mr.
Good luck.
Take a knife to kill me. I have reported Lewis police station and the police investigator. I just said.
Several minutes later, Theo Mann is ready to listen to Steve.
Do you want to tell me anything?
To tell you anything, only that, you know the piece of paper that I gave you? I have been trying to tell you this all the time. Take this to the council. Explain to them what has happened this morning, this afternoon, OK? You have children, OK? So you need to take this to the council. You cannot get this piece of paper unless you've been evicted. You have Paul's card. They can call our office. Go to the council. If there's a problem, call us, OK?
Take care.
OK, let's go. I've had enough.
At least up to say, okay.
Sorry?
However, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Take care.
Finally, the agent's advice has sunk in.
Yes, sir.
Wanted to say thank you.
However, up to say, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Although we've given them the greatest shock of their recent lives, people will still thank us before they go. Since then, he's actually sent emails and so on apologising profusely for his behaviour. So he's actually levelled out.
The family's only hope is that the council will find them somewhere to sleep for the night.
Latest reports from a leading charity show that business debt is on the rise. Last year, over 40,000 sole traders and small business owners contacted their national debt helpline seeking advice.
High Court enforcement agents Brian O'Shaughnessy and Delroy Anglin are on their way to Rochester in Kent. They have a writ to collect a large debt from a sole trader.
What we have is a Peter Murray trading as FM Aviation. All right. The total amount we need to collect initially is £16,908.58.
That's a lot of dough, mate.
Both the company and the individual are named on the writ, so if Peter Murray Fox can't pay, the team can seize business or personal goods to settle the debt.
Well, it's a lot of money, so I'd imagine that he probably will have something.
Well, let's see. We don't know. It could be a shot when we get there. You don't know what it is, you know.
Slow down. 102, 198.
Right on the corner.
Right on the corner.
There we go.
Oh.
Let's have a look round the back, yeah.
The property is not the sort of house they expected an aviator to live in.
Oh, well. Residential, is it?
Hello. Hello, sir. Good afternoon. My name's Delroy Anglin. I'm a High Court enforcement agent for DCBL. I'm looking for Peter Murray, sir. Peter Murray Fox.
Yes.
Is that you, sir?
Yes.
Would you mind opening the door so I can have a word with you about this High Court writ, sir?
Hang on.
Thank you.
He's the old boy, is he? All right, I'll step back, yeah?
Ah, thank you very much, sir. What's happening, sir, is that I'm a High Court enforcement agent, and I'm here to collect £16,908.58, sir.
How much?
£16,908.58.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Well, they know enough to go to court to get a High Court writ, sir.
Well...
So, What are we going to do about this money, then? You know, how's this debt come about?
Because the money is not that much money.
That's my colleague, sir. This is Mr. Ashall.
Hello, how are you?
He's a High Court enforcement
Hello,
agent
sir.
as well.
Hello, sir.
What is the story, then, sir?
Well, the answer would be a bit less than £4,000. 16,000 is utterly ridiculous.
What's it about, then? What's happened? You explain to me, because we're here to enforce the debt, sir. So I want to hear what you've got to say about it.
Dael is a fantastic communicator. He's very good at talking to individuals and making them understand what's going on and why he's there. Once he gets to be in his bonnet, he won't let it lie, and he'll get to the bottom of it.
What is this you say you owe them for, then? You're saying it's only 4,000. What's that about? What is that?
Well, I haven't paid a lot, but the answer is...
We have to be patient.
I would be 3,000.
But what's it for, though?
Well, I don't know what you're coming from.
Sir.
I do not understand.
OK, let me...
The 16,000 is an outright lie.
I hear what you're saying, sir. OK.
And I will... So I'm going to stick on this.
OK, sir.
You shut the door.
OK, no problem.
I've got a High Court writ, sir, so we need to try and resolve this. Let's focus on the matter in hand, then. How much do you think you'd be able to raise?
I don't know. I don't know.
Where would you be raising it from?
That's a jolly good question. And I don't know the answers.
Well, do you have money, sir, to raise?
No, I don't know. Well, I know what I'd like to do. I'm getting very hungry, which isn't helpful.
Well, no, it doesn't. No.
Would you like to go and eat something?
Yeah.
Would you like to have a cup of tea and have something to eat?
A sweet drink, maybe.
And sort yourself out. No problem at all. We want to sort it out together, don't we?
Well, I'm going to... Look, if you want to follow me through...
All right, let me just talk. What is this, his office? What is,
Communal, bro.
Yeah, HMO, is it?
Yeah.
Mr. Fox rents a one-room bedsit with a shared kitchen and bathroom. It appears he owns nothing that will come close to covering the £16,000 debt.
You're renting this place as well, are you?
Yes.
And how do you pay for that, sir? How do you pay the rent here?
Well, at the moment, that's difficult. If I could sort that out, I think I could sort a lot of things out.
Well, you need to start telling me what the situation is.
Mr. Fox still won't admit what the debt is for, but Dael wants an answer.
What is the debt for?
A good question.
So you must know what you owe it for.
Well, I know it's maintenance.
Maintenance of what, sir?
Of an aeroplane.
I just don't imagine people having a plane and not being able to afford it, so I suppose it must happen, but that's the first time it's happened to me. Brian, from what little I've gathered, he has an aeroplane.
He's got one.
Yes. And it's obviously, the money is obviously concerning the aeroplane. He's all over the place.
If you can get this paperwork, I'm going to
We go and get the aeroplane.
Correct.
If he still owns it, they've probably impounded it.
He's not being clear, though. This is the problem.
Where's the documentation for your aeroplane?
Before they can seize the plane, they need to see proof Mr. Fox still owns it.
Did you buy the plane? How have you acquired the plane?
How did I acquire the plane? That cost me a fair bit because the man who sold it to me did it.
Dael finds a solicitor's letter with details of the hangar where the plane has been kept.
It was on there. I told you if you read it. Hangar, whatever it is, wherever it is.
Is the plane still at Hangar 513 at the airport, sir?
God only knows, frankly.
When was the last time you visited there?
Well, not having a motor car, at least 2, if not 3 years.
OK.
I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to try and have some lunch.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've got your phone number, OK? We'll phone you, all right?
Thank you very much, Mr. Fox.
Right, bye.
With £16,000 at stake, Brian and Dael decide to leave Mr. Fox. They want to try and seize the plane to offset the debt. But first, they need to find it. They call the hangar where it was last seen.
We wanted to see if there was a plane there.
Can you give me the name of the person? Yes, please.
Yes, it's a Peter Murray Fox.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, Mr. Fox. Yes, he does have an aeroplane here.
Oh, he does?
Yep.
And can I confirm it's in Hangar 513?
Well, it's not actually in the hangar, but it's outside, yes.
Brian and Dael head for the airport.
They're seizing a plane. Yeah. Could you imagine?
A plane. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Never stop.
The team know the plane is there, but have no idea what type it is or what condition it's in.
I see what it's like, this plane. Thing is, I ain't got a clue what it is. It could be, it could be a toy plane.
It could be a wingless job. Dael,
Just come through the barriers.
we're just literally coming through the barriers. Oh, excellent stuff. We'll see you shortly, then. Thank you.
After chatting to the airport staff, they locate the plane. But will its value cover the £16,000 debt?
Ah, look at that, mate.
Right, is that it?
It's nice, isn't it?
It's one thing seeing it on paper, but when you actually go there and see the plane, it's I can't really explain it. I was quite excited.
It's bigger than I thought.
Yeah. Wow.
The plane is a twin-engine four-seater.
But I am absolutely gobsmacked that he's actually physically got a plane that looks, for all intents and purposes, in working order.
I was talking to some of the guys there, and they said if they spend a few quid on it, it'd be worth about £35,000.
Selling the plane would clearly cover the debt. But Brian hopes that seizing it may force Mr. Fox to pay.
It's the last course of action to sell it. If we can get some payment from him to resolve it, we'd rather do that than auction it or sell it. So I want him to understand that.
All that's left is for the agents to secure the asset.
So this is the first time I've done this.
It just goes to show that we'll seize anything if it's an asset, if you owe money.
Brian and Dael turned detective to get the result they wanted.
An independent study by a national law firm has found that disputes between neighbours are on the rise across the UK. Summer 2015 was expected to be the worst on record.
Cold Norton, Essex. High Court enforcement agents Paul Bohill and Steve Pinner are on their way to serve a writ on a couple.
9/11.
Stuart Howells and Dawn Butler owe their next-door neighbour £11,000 after a bitter dispute went to court. Arguments began when the couple started a koi fish business from home.
I don't know where the front door is.
If they can't pay today, the writ allows the agents to take possessions away to offset the debt.
I'm Paul Boyle, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Okay. There's a debt here to Mrs. Townsend.
It's just round the corner.
Is it?
Yeah, Miss Townsend's just round.
No, but the debt is against you. Stuart Howells and Dawn Butler.
Oh, right, OK.
Do you know what's that to do with? It's quite a substantial lump of money. And that's a copy of the writ.
We went to court last year, and what we were doing, we were just selling fish as a small little family-run business.
Yeah.
And it ended up in court.
So what was she trying to stop you trading from here?
Having people come round to buy fish out of that's it.
Yes, I understand.
She didn't want anybody on the drive when she came out of her bungalow.
How did it run up to this sort of money?
You tell me.
The legal dispute was settled out of court, but the claimant, Mrs. Pat Townsend, won a judgment for costs, and the defendants are now responsible for 75% of her legal fees.
Can I ask a really silly question?
Absolutely.
This is a High Court judgment. Can you pay us?
Not at the moment, I can't.
No. Because essentially, that's going to be the question that will be asked.
OK. Well, I don't know where we go from here, to be fair.
With Stuart unable to pay, Paul and Steve can start to seize goods.
What I'm inclined to do, then, is I'll just explain it. We're seizing all the cars here. And that's that might be £4 grand, won't it?
Yeah.
The S-Type's probably worth 2.
The cars alone won't cover the £11,000 debt, so the team moves on to another asset, the fish. Koi carp can be worth thousands of pounds each.
There's 40 koi carp.
Well, 39. Because one of them's dead.
Yeah.
That one there.
He wants to take that one out.
But seizing fish is a risky business. If they don't survive, the asset is worthless.
So we're not going to do the fish?
There's no signs of an intensive, profitable business there, so there's nothing else that we could reasonably put our name on.
Paul wants to get this debt settled today, but the assets here won't cover £11,000.
See you shortly. I reckon 20 minutes, half an hour.
He goes next door to see the claimant, Pat Townsend.
Come on in.
Is it all right if I sit down?
Pat's son, Danny, has been supporting his mum through the dispute.
Me and Danny went up there and we said, you know, you can't do this.
Getting out of hand, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, blocking up the driveway with cars coming round. And if we'd have left it, it'd just turned into like a garden centre, wouldn't it?
It's a shame, really.
It's just like family disputes,
It is a
neighbours
shame,
disputes,
you
yeah.
know.
While their neighbours say they can't pay, Pat believes they own a major asset, another house.
How do you know there's another property?
Because she mentioned because when they first moved in, we were friendly, and she mentioned she rents it out.
Now, one of the possibilities here, you could put a charging order on the property.
A charging order is a legal judgment that holds the debt against the value of the defendant's property. So if Stewart and Dawn's other house is sold, Pat would be paid in full.
If we can't get a sensible agreement, it's going to be very serious for them, because something as bad and as big as this has probably never hit them before. OK, so we'll go back into battle.
Paul and Steve head back to try and convince the debtors to pay up. Stewart's partner, Dawn, has arrived home.
You're Dawn?
I am Dawn,
Hello,
yes.
Dawn.
Sorry.
I'm Paul.
Got shakes.
Let's go inside.
Okay.
My visit here is official, so the court order's been made, which actually says, in short terms, pay up or else. So, I am the enemy, and I'm here to collect the money. Let's take the worst case scenario. This court order is for, like, near enough £12,000. Have you got a reasonable proposal to settle it at that figure?
No.
Right.
I mean, my house, I've got a house.
We've put the house upstairs.
This house or his house? Yeah.
We're eventually. So potentially when that sale goes through, I'll give her the money there. But that's my retirement.
As Stewart and Dawn can't pay, using a charging order to secure the debt on Stewart's other property may be the only way that the debt will be settled. But if the sale of this second house doesn't raise enough cash, the couple could be forced to sell the home they live in too.
Supposing it was this house, just talk about this house for a minute. It sits there, but if they choose to shake the tree, they could eventually force the sale of the property. The real problem in this, Stuart, is that you might not have any choice in the matter overall. But it is, I'm sorry, Dawn, but it is that serious. All right.
They can't make me sell my house.
They can. But it isn't going to be a 5-minute job. No. Dawn, I know you're not pleased to see me.
No, I'm over the moon to see you. Thank you.
The couple now face having charging orders placed on both of their houses. Paul goes back to see Pat Townsend.
Thank you. And I would do both properties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That's just on the assumption that there might not be sufficient equity in the other property.
Yeah.
So you need both.
Yeah.
You've got to understand, I don't ask you to, or expect you to understand how we work, but because we've done what we've done today, it's put tremendous pressure on them.
Tell you what, though, that's nothing compared to the pressure they've put on Mum.
No, I understand.
Paul and Steve have done as much as they can to resolve this complicated case.
But the fact that we've been here today, we've done what we've done, it's a huge pressure. It's a really big pincer movement.
For Stewart and Dawn, the clock is ticking. If they can't find a way to pay, they could be forced to sell their home.
I'll be glad when it's all over, to be honest, so we can just get back to a normal life. Yeah, you've had
I don't even know what a normal life is anymore.
Nah, exactly. All over someone that's a little bit jealous, that's all it is. There you are. There's nothing I can do about it.
It's been reported that debt could damage the recovery of the UK economy. and it's businesses not paying their creditors on time that's to blame. 1 in 5 companies go bust because of delayed or unpaid invoices.
Brian O'Shaughnessy and Kevin Stokes are driving to Bournemouth.
What have we got next, Kim?
We've got Surrey Gold Limited.
They have a High Court writ to collect a debt of over £4,000 from a business that failed to pay consultancy fees. The company seems to be based at the address of a restaurant called Passa.
Done a little bit of digging on the company. The company's still active.
Yeah.
From what it looks like, could be a Turkish restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, Passa. Told you there's Passa. There it is.
Where?
167 in front of you.
The business must pay today, or the writ empowers Brian and Kevin to seize equipment to cover the debt. Sarigul's director is Halil Sarigulu.
Hello. I need to speak to Halil. Halil? Halil, sir. I need to speak to Halil.
Halil?
Yeah.
Sorry, he's not here. He's in Swindon.
Yeah. Should we go back and talk? Thank you, sir. Thank you.
The team needs to speak to someone connected to the business.
No problem.
The company that's operating out of here is Surrey Gold Limited, yes? Yeah. OK. They've been taken to the High Court. There's a balance outstanding that needs to be paid today, sir, and that is £4,163.
£4,100?
Yeah. Did you know about this debt?
I know about this, yes.
Yeah? How do you know about this court case?
This court case, because I've received a letter. I told Halil.
Did you open the letter?
Yeah. Halil asked me to open it, yeah.
So Halil asked you to open a letter for him?
Yeah. Halil's English is not very good. He said, can you open it, read it to me?
Do you want to speak to Halil and just let him know we're here and we need to get it dealt with today, sir?
Today? He's not here today.
OK, do you want to give him a phone call and just let him know?
We'll get it sorted out. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Hello.
He's obviously telling him what he wants him to say.
You want to speak to him?
Yeah, just my colleague will speak to you.
Hello, sir. My name is Kevin Stokes. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. You need to pay £4,163.74, or we have to remove goods from the premises today, sir. I can't give you any time whatsoever, sir. We're here with a writ of control, so you can either pay it now or we have to take control of goods, sir.
Okay, if you pass the other man, I'm gonna explain to you.
No problem at all. He wants to talk to you. Yeah, sorry. Guy talks perfect English. He opened the letter up for him because he don't speak too. Yeah.
The agents think that Mehmet is connected with the running of the business.
Are you the person that needs to sort this out?
I am not the person, but I can, help both sides.
Are you the owner of the company?
I am not the company. I am owner of the business.
Freehold.
Yeah,
you have the freehold for the building?
And the business.
You're the owner of you're the owner of Surrey Gold?
No, not Surrey.
Unfortunately, a lot of businesses we walk into are a web of different companies. They make it very, very hard for us to try and pinpoint the exact company that's there. A lot of our work is detective work, and we'll need to make whatever checks we need to make to establish who is actually operating out of that business.
If you can get me the business rates.
Yeah.
Give me the business rates. I'll have a look at your business rates.
Business rates?
Yeah, from the council.
Business rates, I don't have it.
Okay.
Who pays it?
Halil pays it, Sarigul.
For the agents, it's crucial evidence. If Halil pays the business rates, he is responsible for the restaurant, and they can enforce the writ here.
He needs to pay it. The last alternative that we have to do is remove goods from the premises, you see, and I don't want to do it. You've got your customers in here, you understand?
And the goods don't belong to Halil.
Who do they belong to?
They belong to me.
The next stage is for the agents to start seizing goods, unless Mehmet can prove they're his.
OK, now we need to see separate receipts for these goods.
I don't need to show you separate receipt for the shop. I can show you the receipt from the bank that I bought the business with all the equipment.
OK, we'll have a look at the paperwork. We'll have a look, sir.
Whoever's claiming that the assets belong to them, it's their responsibility to prove that to us. It's not the other way around. We don't have to prove to them that they own their goods. They need to prove that to us.
If we can do that now, sir, because obviously we need to carry on with what we need to do, sir.
OK.
Let's get Halil.
Paperwork is at home.
OK, do you want to shoot home and grab it then?
Yeah, I'll go and get that.
Thank you very much, sir. I've been lied to.
No, no, of course.
He's the one who owes the money, man, I'm telling you.
Who?
Him.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's got a little run in this front as a front.
Brian and Kevin give Mehmet time to provide proof that he owns the kitchen equipment. But in the meantime, they start making an inventory of the goods.
Samek, that's a dishwasher, isn't it? Yeah.
Some of the restaurant workers are not happy at the presence of the High Court enforcement agents.
That's worth fortune.
The dough mixer, isn't it? Mixer. What?
What's wrong? You upset?
My customer is for you.
Halil should have paid his debts then, shouldn't they? If Halil paid his debts, we wouldn't be here.
I don't case for it.
Well, I do.
Okay, that's not our fault, is it?
I'm be angry. No. I'll tell you what, in a minute, I'll sit with your customers. Do you want me to do that? I've been nice and I've come back here. I'll shut your shop in a minute if you want. Do you want me to do that instead? There you go. It's not his business, though. I don't know why this guy's getting upset. It's not his business.
I suppose coffee's out of the question.
After half an hour, Mehmet returns.
Yeah, but so much of it goes on, that's the problem.
Find them at home.
He can't provide any documents to prove the goods are his.
I don't know, where did I put the paper?
It's a lie, isn't it? Shut the shop, start listing and remove. Yeah?
You
and
can't
then
do nothing.
yes, I can. Well, we'll see, yeah?
You can't do nothing.
We'll see, we'll see.
The agents are ready to remove goods, but tensions are running high in the restaurant, so the team need backup.
Do you want to give the police a call, Kev? Tell them to get here because it's going to go when I start shutting the shop.
My name's Kevin Stokes. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
You can't do nothing.
We'll see.
You will see. Let's see what happens.
So we'll let the police come and then we'll sort it out, yeah?
We're in the premises. We believe as soon as we start to take control of the goods, they're going to try and stop us. Just rather it go peacefully than we think it might kick off. OK, I'm going to need to start doing list of goods, OK?
Until now, the diners have been unaware of the troubles at the business. But now, Kevin is heading out to the front of the restaurant to wait for the police.
It's not up to you. It's not up to you.
Why it's not?
Yeah, the police will be here soon, OK? So, don't concern yourself. You just end up getting yourself in trouble, OK?
I don't want.
Pay the bill and we'll go.
I don't want.
OK, it doesn't matter what you want, sir. Unfortunately, that's the law.
What started as a simple business debt collection is about to turn into a battle of wills.
Hiya.
Now Brian and Kevin must get a payment or seize the restaurant equipment.
If he wants to show me that these goods are his, no problem. I'll look at his documentation. If it all matches, I'll leave it. But he hasn't shown me it.
I haven't got it.
Then I'm going to continue because you can't provide it. Cool.
They have to do their job. You unfortunately can't get your hands on the documentation you say you have.
You have 14 days. 14 days. Once we remove the goods, you have 14 days to appeal it.
Put your hands down. Do I do your hand thing?
Calm yourself, OK? Calm yourself down. I'm explaining to you.
No, don't
OK?
don't explain.
I'm not being aggressive to you. I'm explaining
Don't
to you.
talk anymore. I want to continue now. Let's go shut up the shop then.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Excuse me.
I don't want to talk to you. It's just difficult.
The agents have had enough. They have over £4,000 to collect, and they have police protection. They're now ready to apply the pressure.
OK, we're going to need to shut your shop. We've got to seize the assets inside, take control of the assets inside.
I don't want anyone in. I'm seizing all your goods. I don't want no one in here anymore.
The agents hope the threat of closing the shop will trigger a payment.
No one else in. No one else in. I'm taking control of your goods, yeah. Sometimes you have to show your intent of what you're going to do and let them see the reality of what may occur. No one else in. Pardon? Please don't swear at me. If you don't like it, you can leave too, yeah? All right? Stop stacking up, mate.
No money is being offered, so the agents start stacking chairs, ready to be removed.
It's on its way. It could be an hour, it could be half an hour. Enough, you know, we don't want to take anything from their shop. That's the last thing we want to do. But they have to understand that they have to pay it. It's a battle of wits. It's a battle of wits.
With the agents piling on the pressure, the reality of the situation finally starts sinking in for Mehmet.
Trying to help.
OK, I understand.
But you're making it very difficult for yourself and for myself.
OK, so I don't want to make it difficult. That's why we stayed in the back and was quiet at the first, OK? Because we tried to do it discreetly, OK? But we're left with no option. If you can get the payment, I would love to wait for you.
I can provide you £1,000. I've got £800, but I'm going to collect another 200 from people I know, OK?
Yeah, no, I understand. You're helping each other.
Yeah.
He makes an offer. But the team wants at least a third of the total debt to stop the action today.
Let's see if we can negotiate, OK? If we can negotiate and it can be paid, we'll leave.
1,500's fine. That's the lowest amount, yeah?
You get £1,500.
Yeah? Listen. 1,500 is a lot better than 4,000,
We're
yeah?
gone, and he can pay the rest at another time.
Yeah, credit card send a card button.
Debit card only, sir.
Debit card only.
The pressure has worked.
From what it looks like, could be coming to a close here. The atmosphere's now changed because he realises goods could go from here today.
After almost 2 hours at the restaurant, Mehmet has come up with the money to pay a third of the debt.
Just put your pin in, please, sir, and press enter.
As there's still money outstanding, the agents have taken control of the goods. The restaurant can now reopen, but the owners can't sell or remove any of the equipment inside.
Thank you, officers.
I'm happy with that.
That'll do, won't it? Starters. It's a chunk of it gone. So if we have to come back, then it's only that again to find, isn't it?
We don't pay the rest in 48 hours. I'll be back there again. It's up to him. But we'll wait and see. But I like that one.
Yeah.
It's bloody hot in there as well, mate. It's baking. It's bloody baking. I think I lost about 3 stone in there, mate.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Next time.
Hello?
An eviction turns sour.
This one could kick off.
And there's a surprise find for Paul.
Oh, dear. What's that? Cannabis farm. Full scale. Don't breathe it too deeply.